I mean,
It's just,
this also comes back from ancient times. If we even went to call Native American tribes or chants, they were always looping sounds as well.
Yeah.
Did you connect to that, or did this naturally come to you?
Oh yeah, so that's exactly where it comes from. I mean, I did a whole collection in 2013 called Lost Tribes. It was about trail winds. You know, people go, how can a woman from Bali be wearing a red Indian dress? Puh, that's for red Indians. Well, actually, Bali, they came around. You know, we look at the trail winds, India, you know, look at South America, India, you know, Africa, India, you know, across native. That goes over to Canada. You know, the trail winds and tribalism. I've always been fascinated with swirling dervishes and that whole thing. There's a film that me and my wife's even, if she's going to be listening to this podcast, as soon as I say this, she's going to go, I know what he's going to say. There is a phenomenal film by a guy called Mr. Colbert. James Colbert, it may be, or Robert Colbert. But it's called Ashes to Snow. It's a phenomenal piece of cinematography. 1, it's shot on film. 2, it took 15 years to make. 3, he lived with 3 different tribes. He lived with the tribe of Indians with elephants.
No, it's a film or a documentary?
It's a film.
Okay.
It's a piece of art. And my friend narrated it, Lawrence Fishburne narrates it. The Fish narrates it, which is brilliant. Because it's what started me writing letters, like lots. Because it starts with the idea of this guy leaving his love and writing letters to his love and then burning them in the fire. And the ashes come up and be like snow. Ashes to snow. And it fascinated me. I think the opening shot is of a Buddhist kid going backwards on a long tail through a set of elephants. It's just prolific. I must please watch this. And it inspired me to, I directed a video here. Again, Thailand, you go further out, you know, it directed me up in Krabi and Raleigh Beach. I went and shot with some drones a video called Mountains from the Journeyman album. And I think that was really special because coming here, creating it, we've done 7 albums here. And Journeyman was special because it was the first album outside of the UK.
No, it was more of a celebration album,
It was
correct?
a celebration album. It was an album of the Journeyman is finally here.
You've arrived.
I've arrived. And the Journeyman's special because it was written here. I wrote the songs here on beaches here. I brought players in to play here. And the memories that album evokes was really beautiful. So going back to answering your question, does it resonate with me? All things tribal are all things remembered. Because all things remembered was taken from the idea of the French book by Swan, of the Madeleine cake and his grandma's cooking. And I took that idea. It was written in French. It came out in France, a French book. And I wanted to do this thing called All Things Remembered, which was the second book I had made, because the first book's about where you been, who you been with, and how many cars you've got and how big your cock is. Rock out, yeah. 9 lives. Okay, it's a celebrity book. It's whatever the fuck that means. But All Things Remembered, I really love that book because it's a book that's not linear, and it encompasses Thailand and it was written by recording here hours of thought and how we can arrange them, like a pack of cards in these appropriate chapters, because it doesn't punch up or down. It punches up and down, and it just goes sideways, and it's a really beautiful book. And of course, that was really about the experience of Thailand and what it really means to be here. I think we're so blessed. The other thing about this country, which I think is really cool, you don't hear people going like, "Oh, on the horn." Yeah, there's no horn honking.
I mean, I've traveled all of Asia, and you go to these like Sri Lanka, you got the horn beeping. If you enjoyed this content, we're doing 5 clips like this a week. If you want to watch the full podcast, click here.